Welcome back to the Time Capsule Show, where we define life in the 21st century through everyday people with everyday stories, because we're probably also saying the things that you're thinking. My name is Joenrhuz.
And I'm Vanessa.
And today we've got another throwback thing to talk about, right, Vanessa? We're talking about prom.
Oh my gosh. That has been such a long time since I had done my senior prom.
What year was yours?
So I graduated 2014.
I graduated 2016. Okay, let's do the math. So it's 2022. That's 8 years ago for you.
Oh my God.
Me, 6 years. Holy crap. And I still remember somewhat of prom.
So
4 hours of that day, that night.
My gosh. So yeah, like, oh my God. Just think about that. I mean, it's making me feel old.
I know. Like, what the heck?
Like,
I mean, it's a yearly
26.
thing. I mean, I see most schools have proms too. But like, that's crazy to think. Oh my God, so long ago. What are
My
your
gosh.
thoughts on prom? You go first.
So, like, from my personal prom experience, oh my God. So basically, from what I remember is, basically my family had me get ready. I actually saw, I went to a very good friend of mine's who's a hairstylist, who would I always go to get my hair done. Her name is Elsa. So I go to her. I got ready at my grandparents, and then after I got ready, my mom and her current boyfriend at the time took me to the pier, at the LIC pier here in New York.
Nice.
Do you know where the Coca-Cola sign is?
Yeah, it's a great photo shoot place.
It's beautiful.
Great,
It was
like,
beautiful
you
weather.
get like a great skyline of the city, right?
It was
By the water.
It was, yeah. Unfortunately, that year I decided to go with a group of friends, so like it wasn't that like strenuous. It was like very like it was a big deal since it was a senior year moment. But I don't think it was like just trying to take my time before like the big event with the whole class.
And for those of you who don't know, we went to the same high school. For those listening out there, we went to the Catholic school here in New York, and our prom was actually on Fifth Avenue in New York City at
Was it the
was it the
Plaza?
Pier?
The
La
Plaza?
Pierre? Something
Oh,
like that.
I
Some
forgot
fancy
something.
ass hotel. It looked really nice. It had like these nice staircases, and it looked really good.
Right.
But yeah,
My
I mean,
gosh.
what was my prom like? Okay, let's like walk it back for me. So I actually asked someone out to prom. I did like a corny promposal. So I asked her. We went to like eat sushi, and then while she wasn't looking, I went the day before, right? And I told the people there, hey, can you write out prom in like sushi? And they did it. They're like, okay, yeah, do it. Come tomorrow, do it. I'm like, okay. And then when I went there, we sat down, and the lady was like, in front of her, the lady was like, oh, you want me to do what you requested with prom? And I'm like, shh. I'm like, you can't say in front of me. And I'm like, yeah, go. And then when I went to sit back down, she asked me like, hey, what was that about? I'm like, oh, I was just telling you about some allergies that I have with sushi. She's like, oh yeah, oh, that's fine.
That was a good cover.
Right?
Good cover.
And that was some good improv I had to come up with. And then when the sushi came, like it showed prom, she was like, oh my God. And then I had another friend like buy her like flowers and like teddy bear. It was cute. I mean, long story short, I don't think she wanted to go with me. I think she just said yes because she felt bad, to be honest. But yeah, I didn't give a shit. Like sushi was good, and she was okay too. Like it's I'm gonna just spill the whole news now. So then like we went to prom, right? Like she didn't even want to travel with me. Like she wanted to get in a limo, none of that stuff. So her parents dropped her off. She said her parents are really strict, whatever, right? I get there, I have the flower for her, the corsage.
Corsage, yeah.
And then I give it to her, and she's like, oh, thanks. And she kind of just like kinds of wears it, but doesn't really. And she takes it off when she's like around other people. And I was like, But I didn't care. She didn't get me one, right? It's supposed to be like you get each other a corsage, right?
I thought it was only the one, the guy to the girl. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe. I don't know. But I mean, from what I've seen, it's like in like a guy girl dating each other. I mean, going out for prom, it's like the girl gets the hand one, right? And the guy usually gets the one, right?
Yeah.
Well, she didn't get me one. I was like, whatever. And then when we went to sit down at the table, she like took it off. She didn't like wear it the whole night. And I'm like, she's so fake. And then during what?
I mean, like, how do you say it? Like, first of all, I was never given one either. Like, my mom literally got it for me, and I had it on my wrist the whole entire time. But it was still a cute. It's still.
But you didn't take it off, right?
No, I kept it on.
Right. I don't think you're supposed to take it off. Like,
I mean, for dancing, I would understand.
Right.
But for like
just to walk around or
for nice photos,
yeah,
absolutely keep it on. Yeah.
Right. And then like during like the couples dance, because there's I'm pretty sure every prom has that like time in the night where like they play a slow song, you dance with your partner. She didn't dance with me. She like danced with some other guy, and I was like, and I was just left there alone on the dance floor, and I just kind of like awkwardly walked away, and I just left. I didn't even tell her I left. I just like called my parents. They picked me up, and I just left. And like I think
Wow.
we had McDonald's when I got home, so that was happy. But like I don't think she wanted to go with me. And if you're out there, you know what? I'm like, I don't want to say her name because she's got a unique name, but like her name starts with an A, and that's all I'll leave it as too. But if you're out there, like I think you should have just been honest with me. Like if someone asks you out to prom and you don't really want to go out with them, just be honest. I don't think there's any shame in that because
I
like
mean, to be honest,
no,
I did, I did ask people like from like I think a year below me. Um,
where are we
um,
supposed to go?
yeah, right.
But then drama happened between us. Sorry,
I don't know what happened, but that's
there
okay
was some
though.
drama.
But regardless, there were some other people that I did ask, not extravagant, like very not like, crazy wise, but like
But you just like asked them, yeah,
yeah, but I got rejected a couple times. But it was still, regardless, the outcome of the whole entire prom was still went like, beautifully. Like I
right.
still had fun. You don't need a like optional. You don't need a date to have fun.
Hell no. You can
No,
have
you
fun
don't.
with yourself, have fun with your friends. In fact, you don't even need friends. Just go out there and just dress as nice as you can and just like, have fun on your own, honestly. Because the truth is, you're probably not going to talk to most of those people after high school. So, like,
That's true.
just enjoy yourself.
I lost contact with half of my friends. Much,
Right.
but does
And it
it
happens.
happens. But I'm sure they still know. Like
Right.
regardless, they would all like even though you're like miles apart from
Hmm.
whatever. They know that you're still for them. They know that you're still there for them regardless.
Right. Right. Of course, as long as you keep in touch with them,
Eh,
especially with
right,
social media, it's made that easier. But with promposals in general, Vanessa, like,
right.
what are your thoughts on promposals?
So, like I said, back in the high school that we both went to, I rarely saw some proposals on my ear. Like I said, I didn't really go all out for any of my like questions that I
Mhm.
asked people. Um, I, yes, it's a very sweet and genuine moment for like a couple especially if you're a couple with someone. But like I generally I don't think you need to go all out for that.
Agreed. I mean, for like at the end of the day, you're just asking for a yes or no. But I've even seen online some people go crazy. I know, and I've seen in high school myself, and I'm so happy to say this, but I've seen someone sing to someone else to ask them out the prom, and like
Okay, that's
that's
creative.
it's really cool. It's really cute, and I've seen how other people do it too online. Like, they sing a song or like they make it all extravagant, which I don't think it has to be. Quality over quantity or like how big you make it, right? But I also saw one on YouTube. It was like a YouTube short, and then like this girl knew that this guy was cheating on her, and she waited
Oh.
till he asked her out to prom for her to react, and she took the flowers and like slapped it at him, and he was just like, "Whoa, whoa." So funny. But yeah, I mean, do I regret my promposal? No, because sushi's life, and I
I
love the
agree with that.
sushi.
Agree with
But
that.
I think in general, really, like f you to anyone out there who like isn't honest. Like, if you don't want to go with someone, like it hurts. Honestly, kind of stung for a little bit for me, but you know,
I would rather be real with someone
yeah,
than like being fake. So like
exactly. Like, I'd rather have gone alone. I
definitely.
think she was probably embarrassed to go out with me. Jokes on her because I don't know where she's in life anymore. But like, yeah, some people can just be
Who
really rude out
knows?
there.
That's true. Who knows? Life could either improve for them or it could have gotten worse. So you never know.
Right. And I'm pretty sure they're embarrassing me because I was like the nerdy kind in high school. But you know what?
I mean, so was I.
Whatever.
So was I.
People can
Um,
like F off. But when it comes to like prom, also the stuff you wear. Like people go
oh my
all out for that.
gosh.
Like, I remember in like we went to St. John's Prep for people out there. I was actually
Yep.
wearing a St. John's shirt. I don't know if you can see it. It was by
Oh,
accident. It was by accident. But
that's
anyway,
not
there was an
right.
article written on her school about a girl who spent like over $1,000 plus, like maybe up to $3,000 on like her prom outfit. She wore like diamond earrings. She wore Louboutins for her shoes. She got an expensive dress, and I'm like, you don't need that for prom, right?
Especially if you're gonna wear it once.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like okay, so what? So
Preach.
what? Yeah. So what? So um, I wore something like a little bit simple yet still a little bit elegant. Luckily, I was able to reuse this outfit that I wore for prom for another event that I did. So like I'm gonna just gonna say no. I used to do pageantry, so I did it for that. But in general, I don't think you need to spend over $1,000 over outfits for that you're going to only use once in life.
Right.
Like simple can go a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Like from what I wear, I think I wore a coral outfit with a little bit of like fake rhinestones on the top.
I remember
So
it's
it
like
was
covers up to your neck, right? And it was like
yeah,
pink. It's like flowy.
I think it was like like it's like a had like a mesh and a collar. So
And it looked very great on you too. And I remember you put your hair up, like you looked really nice, Vanessa.
thank you. But yeah, it's I would say like if I would change if I would change anything from my past, I would not change anything from senior prom because it went so smooth.
Mm-hmm.
And like I actually spent time with those close to me, like
Right.
from
Quality
my
over
senior year,
quantity.
right?
Yeah.
Like the teachers that
Mm-hmm.
made an impact in my life,
For sure.
the friends, yeah. So it was nice,
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you 100%. And like, you don't need to spend so much money on a dress you're probably only going to wear once. And like, it's probably just going to, even for guys too, like, don't spend so much on a suit. Like,
right?
I got like some penguin looking suit. I wore like a white suit for my senior prom. I look like a freaking penguin. I think I've only worn it 2 or 3 times afterwards, but I just don't wear it often. And like, yeah, I just don't see the point in spending so much. I think it's the way you wear it. And, like, I know people who've worn Converse to proms. And for me, that's so much cooler to wear sneakers, like
I'm
with your
actually
dress.
that's very creative. I'll
Right?
give them that. You don't have to be. You don't have to. Again, you don't have to go all out for a prom. Like
No.
something something that makes you happy,
Right.
regardless.
For
Like
any like
confident and happy.
yeah, for any high school kids listening out there, don't spend so much money on prom. It's all about how you wear it. Like you can wear nice things but still look ugly in it to be honest, or just not look good in it. It's all about how you wear it,
Absolutely.
you know?
That's a good way to put it because like
Right.
simple. So again, simple can go a long way. Like adding the smallest thing, adding the smallest thing to style can actually improve it in the in the long run.
100%.
Like yeah, like it's like yeah, yeah, the perception matters.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, may she rest in peace, but like a friend that I went to in high school, Christina, I'm pretty you know her,
Oh,
Vanessa. Like
yeah,
I
I
went with
do.
her to her. So when I was a junior, I actually went to senior prom with friends that I had that were a year above me. And then she was my prom date, and then her grandma actually made her a really, really nice dress. And I think that means so much
Oh,
more than buying a dress when you have like family make it for you, family who
I
puts in
agree
so
with
many
that.
hours.
Absolutely.
Right. And like that's something you keep with you forever, it's a treasure. And I'd rather have that than like some $5,000 dress that's designer. Like I don't care if Gucci made it. I'd rather have grandma make it.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Like, I would
Yeah.
rather if I had a chance to like have a family member create something for me. Like, that's more sentimental than going out and
Hmm.
buy something else.
100%. Yeah. And when it comes to prom, like, oh my God, so many girls take off their shoes while they're dancing.
I
Right.
mean, it's
It's so
painful. It
uncomfortable, yeah.
feels
I don't know what it feels like. You tell me what it feels like,
it's
Vanessa.
painful.
I mean, you've worn it for pageants too, so
Yeah, like
talk away.
I had to wear freaking like I think it was 8-inch heels for pageants. So it's
You?
like me. It's like a
Oh
night
my God.
either 5 or 6 inch heels. It was like it was big.
You're like 6
Um
feet wearing those.
yeah, so that I couldn't walk on them, so I had to change it to something a little bit smaller. But it was still the floor was slippery, so it was so
Oh.
painful.
Oh,
But
man.
same thing. I actually rewore those for the pageant too. Actually, so
Mhm.
but anyway, that was why it's bringing people wearing Converse. I
Yeah.
would
It's
never have thought of
comfortable.
that. It's comfortable, and
Yeah.
plus, like if you have something long enough, you can hide it well.
Mhm. Right. So let's talk about like prom now. Like what happens during prom? Like I mean, I'm pretty sure every prom is like this. You have food, you have like drinks. I mean, we had people serving us food, which is really cool. Right? Wasn't it? It wasn't a buffet, right? Like people were serving us at the
No,
tables.
it wasn't a
It was like a
buffet.
catering. I mean, it was a good
Um,
hotel, so like
it was a beautiful hotel,
yeah, I
definitely.
got steak, I think. I don't remember.
I think I did too.
And then I
I
mean, yeah, why
remember
not?
I remember they have this little like handheld tray, with a little bit of like
Desserts?
desserts around it. I think that was the most creative things that I like
Aw,
on the table. It was like a huge
right.
table. I think the dance floor was right in the middle of everyone because
Right, it was huge. Yeah.
from what I remember, I think I might be wrong. The floor was in the middle, and then like around it was the tables.
Mhm. Right, I
Um,
remember that, yeah. And then we had the prom king and prom queen, and, like, for those listening, like, the way our school did it was so different, which I kinda liked better. We didn't have, like, where everyone votes for a prom king or prom
no,
queen. It was, like, at random, so, like, when you enter, there'd be a teachers collecting your name, they put it in a jar, and you kinda just, like, pick it out. So
I
they
mean,
pick out like 5 boys and
mhm.
5 girls, right? And then they give each of those boys and girls a rose that's covered, and whoever has the white rose is prom king or queen, right? Like you
Well,
unwrap the rose or
I
something.
that was we didn't have that. I think we just
Really?
like, I think all the girls that wanted to join that volunteered like to join.
Oh,
And I think it was more of a class reaction of who got picked.
really?
Yeah. So it
Oh,
was,
so it's different when you guys did it.
I think that's how I remember it. I may be wrong.
Oh, yeah, because
Anyone
yeah,
from my year from the 2014 class, if you see this, maybe jog my memory. I may be wrong, so
I
please someone
know.
please correct me. Tell me in the
I mean,
comments.
that would be cool if it was like that. I mean, that's more like a typical way to choose it if you get like everyone's reactions. But for us, it was a completely random. I mean, I think when you do it randomly, it's feels better, but like it doesn't mean much. I think. I think when people vote, it means something, but it becomes a popularity contest, and people feel bad sometimes.
I mean, it's I for that's a good point though. I feel
Right?
like it's mostly a
Right.
contest because the person that got picked was very well known in the class
What
in
was
my
their
year.
name? Do I
Uh,
know them? Do you remember?
I forgot who it was.
Oh,
I forgot. Um, I think her name was Marianne, something like that.
okay.
Mary something. I forget. I don't remember.
Got it.
It's been
But yeah,
years.
it's usually like the popular kids, and like I've seen enough like drama movies and Mean Girl movies to know that it could also be used to bully people. You know, like they can vote for like the person that they don't think should be it, and then have them embarrass themselves on stage when they are. You know what I
Surpri-
mean?
surprisingly, surprisingly, it wasn't that extensive. I think everyone was pretty chill, enjoying the moment.
Right.
Because like in senior year is like a very big moment where you get to spend with the whole class before you graduate.
Hmm.
So I think that was what I think that's what they were trying to focus on, and
Right.
not trying to sabotage each other,
I know. We had
going
a
crazy.
yeah. I
And
mean, but
plus,
some schools out there, I'm sure, like they got like lots of drama. Oh my god, I remember this one girl. I mean, I'm exposed to her, whatever. Her name was Jasmine, and I saw her like. I mean, she looked very pretty for prom, but she had a water bottle, and I'm like, we all know what's in that water bottle. It ain't water. And she was
oh,
acting all loosey goosey, oh, and I'm like, we know what's in that water bottle.
Jasmine, is that the person who joined us for theater?
Oh no, you don't know this Jasmine. This is a
Okay,
different
so another
Jasmine.
one.
This
Okay,
Jasmine
yeah,
had
yeah,
two
yeah.
M's in her name, and
Okay, okay,
but
okay.
yeah, but no, it's not that Jasmine. I don't like that Jasmine. But anyway,
I just want to make sure. I wasn't
anywho, this
sure.
girl was just like people do that too. Like for you, those of you out there, if you want to like not drink, it's cool. Like you don't have to drink. I don't think you need to have drink any time to have fun in any place, any
I know.
situation. But some people will do that. They'll bring a water bottle and like you kind of know what's in it because vodka looks like water,
That's
obviously.
true.
So like they were having the time of their life,
I mean, like, I
and
think
people
teachers should.
pregame too. I'm sure, but like
I feel like teachers should be a little bit of more aware of what people bring in.
right,
Just
like they shouldn't be able to
parties.
bring in any bottled liquids.
Yeah, that I agree.
Right? Like, I mean, if people want to drink before they get there, that's your own thing. But
I
like,
want.
don't have so much fun that you can't even have fun anymore.
I would say probably let's do it after because I'm sure people have like prom like after parties.
Right. Yeah, let's talk about that. So like the after prom. So like I went to 2 proms. I went to one in my junior year and senior year. In the junior year one, actually, this is gonna sound crazy, but I had my SATs in the morning and prom finished at 12 and we had the limo drop us off and they went to IHOP, like the people that I was with. It was like my brother, Christine, and some other people. They went to IHOP after prom, and they like were there till like 3 a.m. But I had to go home and sleep like a loser because I had my freaking SATs in 5 hours, and like I didn't do so well. Well, I don't know, but
That's
it was
insane.
just a crazy
Wow.
like time. Yeah, I don't. In retrospect, maybe I shouldn't have gone, but I'm like, F it. These are these are experiences. These are memories that you can always take an SAT another time, right? But these are like memories, and I'm like, I wanted to make memories.
What'd you say? Which moment was better? I guess. What'd you say? Like your junior year experience was better with.
No, yeah, 100%. Like junior year, I went with my brother. I went with people that I liked. Senior year, I went with a girl who was like fake AF to me
That's true.
and didn't even want to go with me. Like she even wore a corsage. Like
That's
makes me
true.
angry to think about it.
But
But
plus,
I would say junior year went better because I
yeah,
went with people that I actually cared about.
that's true. Plus, you were very close with I believe you said Christina, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
at the yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah, I went with people I cared about. And like, in retrospect, I wish I didn't ask, that girl out in senior year. I was only I mean, I feel like I was just challenging myself because everyone else was. I was like, hey, I only have one senior prom. Might as well ask someone. I wish I didn't do it to be honest. But that you learn from these things, right? These are experiences you create.
That's
So,
true.
but yeah.
I guess in a way you can learn from your mistakes. So
Yeah.
yeah. Unfortunately for I never really did after prom events,
Hmm.
but I know some of my friends did. I'm not sure if you remember Luigi
Yeah.
Reynosa, right?
Yeah, of course.
So it was him and a group of friends of ours from the theater group. Since we both used to act. Um, I did so since it was very late and it got like and the events that we went to was in Manhattan, so it's pretty far from where I live. I went home, but some of my friends actually stayed up all night and watched the sunrise. I think at one of the parks.
Oh wow, like all night until like
Yeah,
5 or like 6. I think I remember hearing about that. Yeah, I remember Anoop was with you guys too, right?
yeah. I think they
I
were
think
also
he
part of the
mentioned
group.
something
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, so that's I would have loved to see that because that must have been really beautiful to see
Yeah.
to see the sunrise with the whole group of
Wait, how come you
friends.
didn't go with them?
Well, first of all, they never told me. I found out the
Oh,
next day. Yeah, yeah,
oh, it was probably like
yeah.
last minute or something.
Probably.
Oh, that's see, everyone has their own ways to like do prom. I know someone else in my year, like some girl was like, "Oh my god, my daddy's not gonna be home. Have a party at my house." And she was like living in the city. She had a nice apartment in the city, and she like invited people to go get wasted there. I'm like, whatever. People can. I mean, people want to get drunk in high school apparently because that's the only time you can get drunk. I feel for them, but like, like you teach their own. And like you
That's
can have
true.
fun in different ways. You can go to IHOP, you can watch the sunset, you can just go home and take the SATs in the morning. Hey, it's different for everybody, right?
That's true. I mean, I decided to go home and relax because
Yeah.
that was it. That it was a nice event, but a long one at that. Like
Hell yeah. And I'm
getting
sure
ready
those people had
from
a longer night.
getting ready from the morning,
Mhm.
and then like taking photos, and then
Right.
hanging out until like what 1, 2 in the morning.
Right. Yeah, it's long and like everyone, like even, doesn't matter like if you're a man or a woman, but everyone's getting ready the whole day. Like I remember getting a haircut like 1 p.m. and like I had to like make sure I wasn't like gonna mess up my hair. I couldn't like lay down or anything because like the guy
Right.
really like fixed and styled it. He gave me a nice fade. It was great. And I'm sure like, girls have to get their makeup done, right? And then like your
That too.
hair and
That takes a while too. The makeup and the
like
hair. Yeah,
hours,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And like you have to like stay still and like whew, I can't imagine.
So yeah, I saw definitely
Yeah.
like
So what are your afterthoughts on prom? Like how would you sum it up for yourself?
I guess so. Basically, if I said this before. If I was to change anything from my senior prom, I would not change a thing because it went smoothly. I was with everyone that I cared about,
Mhm.
teachers, friends. I may not have had a big group of friends, but my little group of active friends, I was
Great.
content with.
Quality over quantity, and you had
Yeah, yeah,
fun,
yeah,
right? With the
yeah,
people that you care. It doesn't matter like if it was 20 or 5, like you
yeah,
went with
yeah.
the people that you wanted to, and
Right.
that's how it went for
I
you.
would rather make memories than like struggle, pretty much.
Right. Agreed. Yeah, for me, I think the same thing. It's better that I mean, I went to 2 proms, so I could definitely make comparisons with both. Go with people that you like. Doesn't matter how big the number is. If you only have one best friend, F it, go with them. If you have no friends and you like yourself, go with yourself.
Yeah,
Honestly, like you
definitely.
make memories for yourself. People in high school are, they don't really know who they are yet. And sometimes their actions can be mean, like, telling someone you want to go to prom with them when you don't really want to. But like you learn from those things. I think that prom is a great way to sum up like 4 years. You don't have to go to prom. I know
You
people who
know,
didn't go and they're still alive. They're thriving
definitely.
these days. But for me, like my personal advice, if you're debating going to prom, is like I think you should still go. Like, because if you hate it, you hate it. If you like it, you like it. But if you never go, you'll just never know, and you'll always be thinking, "What if I went?" It's better that you hate it than not go at all, in my opinion. You can always leave like 2 hours after, or like 30 minutes after you get there if you don't like the vibes.
Right. I mean, like again, in general, you only live once. Try to make the best out of it, regardless.
YOLO. Yeah. Oh wait. Oh my! Remember when people used to ask celebrities out to prom? Like, do you recall those on
Oh my
YouTube?
gosh, I think that I saw someone did it for The Rock.
Yeah, like they did The Rock. I think Taylor Swift, maybe. Just
I
like
think so.
maybe some Olympians too. I feel, but those are cute.
But yeah, I mean, I'll give them props for being very gutsy.
Ooh, what celebrity would you have wanted to go to prom with if you could choose
Oh
like
my
any
gosh.
celebrity out there?
All right, so I'm a huge musical person, so let's say Ben Platt
Oh, interesting. Aw, I feel
because
like he'd be a sweet guy to go with.
he is very well known for Dear Evan Hansen. So
Yeah, both the Broadway and the movie version.
both, yes.
Yeah. Nice. I probably would have asked, I think, I love Jennifer Lawrence. I think she's so funny. And I think that she's such a cool, like, she has a cool demeanor and she's so calm. Like, I freaking love her. Like, I would love if she went with me. Jennifer Lawrence is like, she's like number one on my list and everything. Yeah, but good old time. So
Yeah,
let's sum it up.
definitely.
Would you put your prom experience or just prom in general in a time capsule for the 21st century?
I would say yes, because basically we're showing a little bit of our experience and sharing it with you, and basically, hopefully, you can learn from our mistakes, maybe,
Hmm.
and that can benefit you in a way. So like, yeah, I think
Yeah, me
we
too. I
can.
agree. Like, I think it's something that should go on forever. Again, it's not for everyone. If you don't like it, then like you don't have to like it. If you like it, you like it. Good for you. But like, I think it should be there for the future. And I think that, it's a good way to, like I said, sum up the 4 years, sum up some good years of friendship, and you
Absolutely.
move on afterwards. It's not the end of the world. Prom is not the end of the world. It doesn't matter if you're prom king or prom queen. I can guarantee you no one will care or remember like 6 months after that or a day after that. It does like just enjoy it, have fun in your own ways, and just make the most out of it, I
I agree
guess.
with that, definitely.
Yeah, so this was a great episode. If you guys want to like see more, follow us on social media, TC Show 21. Subscribe to us on YouTube, Time Capsule Show podcast. We have lots of great episodes. Look back, like last week we did about Club Penguin. The week before that we did relationship advice, I
Yeah,
think. Oh no, we did the
those.
shows,
Oh yes, yeah, yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And we have a bunch of interviews from people. We have Glozell that was on our show. We got Miss New York. Thanks to
Yes.
Vanessa and her connections. Like she's friends with Sydney, so that was great. And yeah, just check out our past shows. Do you have anything to add, Vanessa?
That is pretty much. Let us know some of your memorable prom experience,
Hmm.
and we would like to know as well.
Yeah, definitely. Share them down below and like we'll respond back. I'd love to hear like how other people's proms went. But that's all for today. I'm Joenrhuz,
And I'm Vanessa.
and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.